most men, if we found out, like even a drop dead gorgeous girl that's looks wise is way out of our league, if we know that she's promiscuous, major turn off. At least for me, I would not want to sleep with her.
Why?
Because body count matters.
Why?
Why does body count matter? There's a whole lot of reasons.
Okay.
I'll get to that. Did you want to come in really quick?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I have like a friend who's really, really hot, and she has a lot of boys. She's promiscuous. And I think every man who she's promiscuous with knows she's promiscuous.
Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
19.
Well, here's the thing. Like, so me personally, I'm not interested in the one night stand. It doesn't interest me. Even if it's an opportunity, like for example, Santa Barbara is a really touristy area. If I know a girl is just in town for the weekend and she might be down, and I've had this situation, I'm not interested. That doesn't interest me because frankly, it's a waste of time for me. So when it comes to casual sex, one night stands, short-term things, fuck buddies, guys are going to be more willing to tolerate a promiscuous girl because, well, easy access to sex. But for when it comes to having a relationship, when it comes to marriage, then it's much more part of the calculus, so to speak. It's much more important.
Okay.
So like the guys will hook up with her. And look, there are guys that don't care. But like most guys who I would say who have options, because there are some simps out there that have no options, so they'll take what they can get. But like if a guy can pick between a girl who's like more innocent and isn't promiscuous, they're gonna go for the non-promiscuous girl. I would much rather.
In your case,
in my case, give me. I know some of you don't like the rating system, but give me a girl who's a 6, who's not promiscuous, over a girl who's a 10, who's slept with 100 guys. That's the point I was kind of trying to arrive at. Is a girl who's like insanely good looking, a 10. If I know for a fact that she's promiscuous, I lose attraction.
Yeah,
I'm not into it.
Promiscuity is not it for you.
I'm not into it. But even for, I would also say, even for a one night stand, most men would much rather, even for a one night stand, would much rather get with like, this is a girl who's got like a low body count versus a girl who has a high body count, even for a one night stand.
And
that's just like, guys tell me the opposite.
What do they tell you?
They say your preference.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like such a preference thing because I know so many guys who do want girls with higher body counts
for experience.
No, come on.
For experience, yeah.
I've had guys tell me being like, I don't want no virgins around here. Like, give me a girl who like knows what she's doing. I've had so many guys say that.
I think you live in an echo chamber, respectfully.
You think I live in an echo chamber?
Well, you're probably around your peers that are like that. I mean, you're surrounding yourself with guys that obviously think the same way.
You think I'm in an echo chamber that men want women who are not sexually promiscuous? Oh, excuse me for my semantics. Echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm in an echo chamber because I think men don't want women who are promiscuous?
No, I'm just saying she's saying she knows men who are attracted to promiscuous women. I know men who are attracted to promiscuous women. And you're like over here shaking your head because you don't believe that could ever exist.
No. Okay. So a woman can be physically attractive.
Okay. You don't have to explain this to me again. Like you've explained this like 3 times.
I haven't explained it to you 3 times, but.
Okay.
Whoops. I didn't mean to press that. My bad.
But like you have explained in thorough detail that a woman could be a 6 and have way less bodies and not be promiscuous, mm-hmm. and you would be more attracted to her than like a really hot woman who had a lot of bodies and was promiscuous.
Sure.
Yeah. So I understand that.
That's your like preference though. That's like your
and
type.
we're saying right, but we know men who prefer slutty women.
Yeah.
Whether it's for a relationship or not.
Or like don't care about that.
There are men who might find a woman who's promiscuous attractive. They might sleep with them, but you can't confuse sexual attraction for relationship attraction.
But we're not, because I'm saying I know men who know women who, like relationships wise, they want a woman who is very sexually experienced, and oftentimes that comes with a promiscuous
Are they submissive
past.
men?
No.
Probably not.
No, there's no guy that is, there's no guy, well, I shouldn't say there's no guys. Generally speaking, men don't care about a woman's sexual experience. It's attractive when a woman has less sexual experience.
Really? So you want a girl who's bad in bed?
No. That's not the same thing. And also, as a man, if you know how to lead, which, by the way, most women are attracted to guys who are dominant in the bedroom and know how to lead and know what they're doing. If you know what you're doing in the bedroom, you can take a girl who's a virgin and have fantastic sex with her. You can have great sex with her. Being inexperienced doesn't mean you're going to be bad in bed. So long as you're open-minded and enthusiastic, if you get with a guy who can lead you, he can teach you how to have great sex. Whereas most women don't want to teach a guy how to fuck them. Most women want guys who come pre-assembled. Women want men who just get it. Whereas men, we will gladly teach a girl if we know what we're doing.
What if
Maybe
I'm like dating someone who's also a virgin? Like, I've talked to guys before who've been like, oh, look, like I do want a girl who's very experienced, knows what she's doing. Like, and for me, like I know that when I was with my ex, as time went on, as the more we had sex, I became more like better at what I was doing. I understand what I was doing. I wasn't as scared. I was like more confident. But that, like from me to the very first time I had it is completely different. I'm like a completely different person.
Okay. So I'm just trying to, I guess, better understand the objection. So you think that men want women who are sexually experienced?
No, I'm just saying some men do. And I'm saying for you, if you want women who aren't like sexually experienced, that's fine. That's your preference. That's what you want. But there are some men out there who don't want that.
Sure, yeah. There's some men that don't care. But I would say, generally speaking, most men, if given the option, even for a one-night stand, would prefer the girl with most guys would actually prefer like a virgin for a one-night stand.
That is a really bold, generalized statement.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a stat on that. To say most men would want a virgin.
Most men would want a virgin for,
why?
Yeah, why would
I
they
just
want
to know
a virgin?
why? Like why does the body count
reasons?
matter?
For selfish reasons.
Like, would you want a virgin for like, because virginity for a lot of women, it's a pretty big thing, you know.
But guys don't think. Guys wouldn't think that deep into it. When they hear virgin, they think of all the things that they can teach her. Like,
but for a one night stand, how much teaching are you doing?
Yeah.
Especially with a virgin.
I don't think it's about teaching them. I think it's some weird fascination.
I mean, like, I get it if you're, like, in a relationship with a girl, but, like, a one-night stand, that's, like, totally something completely different. You're both there for an exchange of sex and nothing else, and, like, why are you going to go in with a girl who has no experience, may be uncomfortable? I mean, it hurts for some people, and, like, you're going to go in there being like, oh, well, I want a virgin? Why? Like, why do you want to?
Because men are attracted to sexual purity.
But isn't that kind of like sickening if you think about it?
How is that sickening?
Because it's romanticizing pedophilia.
But they're not kids. They're not kids. They're not children.
We're talking about adult women. You can be sexually pure, and that can mean either not being promiscuous or it could be
when you think of like the most pure thing is you think of children, innocence.
We're talking about adult relationships.
Yes, but it's still very common for men who are in adult relationships to look for stuff that remind them of pedophilia.
That's absurd.
It's not absurd.
That is
it's
absurd.
Very hidden within like our culture and things.
That is ridiculous.
I agree with her.
It's very hidden. It comes with the stuff that's like, I want hairlessness. I want
guy who has a preference for a girl who like is shaved. Or
shaves her legs
is pedophilic?
No, because it's
that's
when you
crazy.
Think down to it, it's like, where do you see people who have no hair? Like, actually, naturally, it's
kids. What about a woman who prefers a guy who shaves? Down there,
like
that could just be.
Who say like, oh, I don't want like body hair.
That's way more of an obvious preference that guys have towards women than women ever have towards guys.
I've never heard a girl.
I've never heard a guy say. I mean, a girl say that.
Like, been like, oh, if a guy has hair, no way. But I've heard guys.
I mean, and just talk.
Why do you guys have to like? It's so funny. Whenever men have preferences, standards, or boundaries, it's almost always met with this like vicious shaming. If a guy wants a girl who like shaves her legs, her pubic area, her armpits, that's pedophilia. Like, that's crazy.
Sam made that as one example of hidden things in what men like.
Obviously, there's other things like, well, you want a girl who's hygienic. Obviously, there's other
there's
hygiene. But what I'm saying is there's many things that we have.
I mean, like, look at the porn industry. A stepfather fucks stepdaughter.
Like,
tell me that's not pedophilic.
Stepfather, that's more incestuous than it is pedophilic.
But it's like a daughter.
I think a better example for the porn would be like freshly 18,
like
blah,
virgin, blah, 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 like first time, gets broken in.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Well, you're legally an adult at 18.
Yeah, but you
don't see how that verges on.
Like, it's like you're waiting for her to turn 18.
We as a society have determined that there's a cutoff. That cutoff is 18. At 18,
but you think like right at that day,
at
like
18,
her mindset changes. Like she's a completely new person just because she turned 18. Like obviously, no, it's gonna take time for a young girl or young man. Boy, to change. Obviously, it takes years. Like I feel like your brain isn't fully developed till you're 25.
But
it's gonna take a while.
Hold on. Okay, you go ahead.
But that girl, that freshly 18 girl, and I'm playing devil's advocate here. Yeah. I'm just trying to make it fun. But she's in that bed with him making that video.
Obviously, the thing is, I'm not going to be like, hey, look, you can't do that. If a girl wants to fuck a guy when she's 18 who's 35 or like plus, and she wants to do that, good for her. Like that's what she wants to do. But I'm saying when majority of men are seeking out just girls who are 18 and freshly 18, it's like there's something wrong.
And like, when the status of virginity and being a virgin and being these words pure and innocent, that evokes childlike nature. And you can't tell me that there's not something like young about this whole virginity. I want her to have her virginity. I want to break her in her virginity. Like, why? Why do you want a virgin so badly?
And the thing is, it's such a double standard.
How's it a double standard?
Because when have I ever heard girls been like, I want a virgin? It's so much more common.
Do men and women want the same thing?